Can you give me a quick 60-second overview of what HDM Energy does and your role there, Dave?
Sure. So, firstly, I'm managing director of HDM Energies. So, it's my job to take us from a startup to a fully fledged business. The biggest part there is scaling, so gaining more customers, more partners. As a business, we're an energy company, as the name would suggest. So, we do solar power purchase agreements, just about to launch our own energy tariff. So, we help small businesses in the UK save money on electricity.
Before we started working together, what was the specific pain points or challenges you were dealing with at that time?
We had a really small sales team. We had no marketing presence, a desire to reach out and find more collaborators. So, particularly solar installers who maybe got blocked selling solar to small businesses, but a capex free option would work, and limited bandwidth myself to do more. And therefore, somebody who understood the business, had the expertise that I don't have, and able to do things on a earn as you win basis, like really helped. And as you saw, just through that process, we gained the courage to go and recruit a bigger sales team and a marketeer. It really helped us plug a gap that turned things around quickly.
What were you doing to try to solve that problem before we spoke and I got involved? What were you doing on your own to try to enhance your go-to-market strategy?
A couple of things really. So one, utilizing our sister business, the solar wholesale business, using the salespeople of that business to connect us to installers, which had some success, but of course it isn't their priority. Um, and otherwise, just my own time and Dan, the founder's time, to go and make some connections. But really, neither of us are super active on LinkedIn, reaching out to people directly. Probably my own profile, I only update it once every 3 years when I look for a new job, so it wasn't suitable to be out there selling. So yeah, I think that was really big change for us.
What was the main reason you hadn't changed what you were doing sooner?
Um, Money really. I think a big challenge for a startup is, of course, you want to grow, but you need to earn revenue to spend on the next level of growth. Yeah, looking for a solution that was relatively low guaranteed overhead with the ability to pay as we gain traction really helped.
How did you first hear about us?
So you're one of a few people who reached out to me to do a podcast. Um, and it's something that I don't really feel comfortable doing. So I'm kind of forcing myself, like somebody with a peanut allergy, having to have a little bit of peanut and get used to it. Try not to die in the process.
What was it about our positioning or my invitation that kind of caught your attention and you were willing to lean into it?
Good question. Probably partly lucky timing. You caught me at a moment that I was just open to it. And I realized it's something I need to do more of. I shy away from because I don't particularly like it, don't think I'm good at it. But yeah, I need to do more public speaking, more podcasts. But clearly, you're directly in the area that we're in as well. So to have a host who understands, yeah, and I watched one or two of your other podcasts, and yeah, it seems to be something I'd get on with.
What concerns or potential reservations did you have initially about working with us?
Geography was one for sure. I guess as we got to contracts, my finance team raised an eyebrow at a Canadian in Mexico, and red flag, red flag. Yeah, I think we build up a bit of a relationship on different conversations to take a little leap of faith. But yeah, happy we did.
What was the ultimate reason you made the decision to go ahead?
I think you're taking the time to understand what we wanted, and you presented back to me a plan that resonated in that is what we need to do, and that's a good way to do it. It's low effort for me. That, of course, my time is packed with trying to run a business, and the marketing didn't get enough focus. You understood what we were trying to achieve and how to do it. And I think with the AI element, to do it in a relatively painless way for us all.
Can you describe what it is actually like working with us? So the process, the communication, the delivery?
So the process was painless. Of course, it means calls relatively late my time that we find a suitable slot. But yeah, that's actually quite a good thing. So the office is empty, customers aren't calling. Yeah, there's a bit of relative downtime to talk things through. Yeah, just an easy sales process. So you understood what we do, not very pushy on a sales perspective. I think you responded well to some of the challenges that I gave back at you. Again, being a small business, trying to find our way isn't easy, and we work together to find a solution that worked for both parties.
How did you find the communication and the delivery of the deliverables that we had talked about? How was that on your side of things?
Again, relatively touchless from my perspective. Now, of course, there's a lot of trust there, but my whole view is you're a marketing expert and I'm not, therefore give you carte blanche to do the marketing. Partly I don't have the time, but partly the expertise as well. That I realize if I'm going to allow you to do it, why clip your wings? Just let you go and do your thing. So there probably only a couple of times through the whole course of the process that I said I don't agree with that bit, or maybe change that, and the rest I kind of let it fly and just saw the results. The quality of the customers, so I don't know, maybe 80 or 90% hit the target. In fact, some were so targeted we were already in relationships with those people.
What stood out the most to you, whether it was how we worked, maybe something we did, or how it felt day to day?
I think that I wasn't expecting the quality. So I was maybe expecting more poor quality leads to come in. So people who weren't target audience. The quality of the customers. So I don't know, maybe 80 or 90% hit the target. In fact, some were so targeted we were already in relationships with those people. So my experience of AI is kind of mixed. So it does some really cool things, but then also makes images of people with six fingers and all those weird things. So I expected more anomalies, but yeah, I think he was well managed from that side.
What kind of results have you seen since we started? So whether it's with the leads, revenue, time saved, how are things, feel operationally? How have we really moved things forward for you?
So definitely in terms of leads. So I think we got 50 potential new clients. Our sales cycle is quite slow. So we sell an unusual thing. So a power purchase agreement, which within small businesses is relatively unheard of, but certainly a lot of really good quality conversations with the right clients. So solar installers who have the customer base we want. I think it's a bit too soon to say, have the sales flowed? But I think you gave us every opportunity. Now it's on me and my sales team to convert that into revenue.
How fast did you start seeing those kind of results and leads come in?
Trying to think back now, it was probably 3 or 4 weeks because there was a bit of background work to make sure that my LinkedIn profile was suitable, to get some posts out there that would resonate with people when we did connect. But if I remember well, I think it was a couple of weeks of groundwork and a couple of weeks of the email campaigns and the LinkedIn outreach. But yeah, not super long, about a month, I think.
The full contract for us has been little under 4 months with the LinkedIn outreach and LinkedIn content creation, really kind of boosting your brand and allowing people who would respond to email to kind of check out your profile and also the company's profile and see the right kind of styling and match that you want in the marketplace. And then we layered on top the email outbound and that started to perform. Been the biggest win or the clearest moment when you thought, okay, great, this is working?
So probably two phone calls. So one is from our founder, the CEO, saying, Dave, what are you doing on LinkedIn? Like, this has really changed. It stepped up a level. And I was okay. It's not me. It's Creel. But but I set Creel on it. And another one was a contact of ours, so one of our loyal installation partners, a guy called Jason, who same thing. He was like, Dave, what's happened? This LinkedIn content's great, and I think I put him in touch with you to maybe do the same for his LinkedIn account.
I'm sure getting those two touch points was kind of an affirmation that this was going the way you wanted it.
100%. And I think both of those conversations happened before we really started the leads flowing through. So it was very reassuring.
What other types of businesses or situations do you think would benefit from working with us?
Within the solar industry, it's super competitive as an installer. So installers reaching out to end users, I think would be great, whether that's via LinkedIn or via Facebook or other mechanisms. But certainly within the industry, yeah, I think that would be the key area.
Why would you tell someone to take action right now instead of waiting?
It's never too soon to increase your revenue or increase the quality of the leads and the connections that you have.
I think there was a moment in our conversations when we were speaking, we could do this now, or we could wait a little bit and refine things. And I think your response was like, oh, no, let's not wait. Let's just do it now and we'll refine as we go along.
Yeah, as long as it's morally correct and it's legal, let's go and make things better, and then we can perfect as we go.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence of maybe potentially working with myself and the Blue Ocean Solutions team?
So I think look at case studies. So my experience was really good, really positive, and as I say, there were some red flags. We kind of with a good little giggle got over those. But yeah, so I think working with you personally, Creel, is great, but the performance showed. And the real key thing from my perspective is I didn't have hours to kind of brief you on exactly how it should look or to check content. So to give you the trust and to let you run with it and get the results, it has been perfect for us.
We really like to acknowledge with the clients and the conversations that we have is people are busy. CEOs, founders, managing executives are very, very busy. So we provide really a done for you service so that they can set us in the right course direction, tell us what we need to do, and then we go figure it out. And of course, we have these checkpoints usually every week or every 2 weeks of communication so that we can course direct if necessary. It sounds like that hands-off experience was really beneficial to how you like to work, but also freeing up your time to go focus on more important things.
Yeah, 100%. If you wanted more of my time, I would have slowed it down. And the whole purpose was let's go do something, let's go and generate partners quickly. And yeah, I would have been a bottleneck in that.
If someone's watching this and wants to learn more about you and HDM Energies, where do they find you?
So the best place would be at our website, hdmenergies.co.uk. Equally, I guess look me up on LinkedIn. So hopefully, Creel, we could put a little link to my LinkedIn profile.
Absolutely, we will. Dave, I really appreciate you. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time. It's been a pleasure to work with you and the team. I really appreciate you and look forward to seeing your continued success.
You too. Cheers, Creel.